Hello lovelies, welcome in. I've missed you guys, but I needed some time to recharge my chakras. I've got some new oils, honey and sandalwood, so it's really good stuff. Habitat do really good oils for anyone who knows that company. Okay, and I'm just going to see what comes out, as I always do, and see what Spirit wants us to know today. You know, it's funny, when I watch my videos back, there are a lot of messages for me. It's so bizarre how different it feels to actually channel the messages versus what it's like to watch them back. It's quite fascinating, you know, really fascinating. I think they want them there. I'm going to leave them here. Let's see. Strength on the bottom of the deck. Good start. Okay, we've got the Five of Pentacles with the King of Pentacles. Okay, the Page of Cups and the Eight of Pentacles. Okay. Six of Cups, Knight of Cups, Ten of Wands, Ace of Cups, and the Four of Wands. Okay, wow. Okay, so the message I'm getting through from this is that, yes, the road's been long and hard. Okay, yes, it's been tricky. Yes, it's been difficult. But there's going to be a big turnaround for somebody here with the King of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles. Something you've been through, for whoever this resonates with, has really made you realize how important it is to put down roots in your own soul. So you could be someone who's quite nomadic in nature, but what this is about is the stability within you. And there's something about fruition, knowing you've got to grow your own fruit. But there's also this message of, you know, you've been going through something in life that's not generic. You know, you're not here to live a generic life. You're not here to live an average life. And you know that. And there's something here with the Five of Pentacles about, I often say the universe will tie up loose ends and get people out of your life, because people are storylines in and of themselves. And if they want you in a certain positioning, typical helicopter might mean something to someone. If they want you in a certain positioning, they will keep giving you signs of where you don't belong, you know, which guides you to where you do belong. And I feel like I'm speaking to someone who belongs in a position of leadership. And yes, you've had to, that's so distracting, you've had to really so annoying. You've had to really kind of take your signs from the universe in a very kind of, there's this thing about you having to remain sane despite everything around you making you feel like, whoa, why am I getting treated like this? Or why is this happening to me? So there's something about the signs that you've had from the universe have required you to be super tough, you know, because there's something here about seeing how other people get treated versus how you get treated. This could have been in family. This could have been in any situation in your life where you've noticed, hang on a minute, why am I the odd one out? Why is this always happening to me? It's because they just showed me, you know those pickers that you get at the fun fair where you've got to try and pick something up and get it out of the machine? That's essentially what Spirit has been trying to kind of convey. I'm hearing energy doesn't lie. Like, your energy just is going to conjure different reactions from people because it's inherent to your being. It's something you hold in your auric field that requires you to be in a King of Pentacles position. Now, it doesn't mean you've got to be a man. It just means you've got to be basically top of the money chain. Okay, because money is freedom and money is power. So there's something about, yeah, Ten of Pentacles, look at this, Ten of Pentacles, Nine of Pentacles. There's something about you having to extricate yourself from situations that, you know, I can sound a bit snobby sometimes because I'll be like, you know, these situations are beneath you. And I know I'm speaking to someone, you've been around a lot of people that they weren't on your mental level, they weren't on your psychological level. There was no conscious blending. A lot of the time, people just didn't get you. You could have felt really isolated, really alienated, and really, you know, quite, there's an eerie feeling, you know, and I've had it myself when you're around people that maybe they say they're your family, or maybe they're supposed to be your friends, but there's no understanding. There's no clicking together of your non-physical world and their non-physical world. And the people we really click with, it's the people who, they're compatible with us energetically, which means we can, you know, walk into a room and never have met someone before, but we still know who we would get along with instantly because we're essentially psychic as hell. And we can feel into people's magnetic fields regardless. So there's something about you having always picked up on that energy of being different, of being the odd one out. But this is gonna turn into a blessing, okay? I can see it turning into a blessing for you, because I feel like you've been really strong and had a lot of faith. I mean, to have the Ace of Cups next to the Four of Wands, this is telling me that you always knew deep down that there was somewhere you belonged. All right, so it's not just about the romance of being with someone, but there's something here about home for you, about really being around people who understand you. You know, Six of Cups, you can tell by how you feel when you're around people who just aren't compatible with your life. Like, literally, people whose storylines you do not want to be involved with, because I feel like they give you a weird feeling, because I feel like you really pick up on people's energies clairsentiently. You can feel into their soul, right? So I feel like, you know, there's going to be a shift up for someone here. There's a big message of don't lose faith, okay? The reason why it's felt so hard for you and so difficult for you is because you are being handpicked by the universe, all right? And before you came into this vessel, before you incarnated on this planet, you would have known exactly who you are, all right? But coming through that veil of forgetfulness, you know, it tests all of us, you know what I mean? It's a right bugger, but you know, it's just the way it is. I feel like you're going to start remembering who you are more and more. I feel like this reading is going to be confirmation for somebody that they are supposed to be in this King of Pentacles position. And there's something about freeing yourself here as well. See, I love the Five of Pentacles because you know where you bloody well stand. And when you're playing a good game on this planet, you need to know where you stand. It doesn't matter how it feels. Feelings are just our indicators. We can't be controlled by our emotions as alchemists or as sovereign beings. We need to have our head above the water, because when we're being controlled by our emotions, we are essentially submerged in the ocean of our own emotion, right? So I feel like someone is getting their head above water. And you know what? It's funny with that helicopter. It kind of feels like you are kind of, your consciousness is being airlifted upwards. So you're seeing the bigger picture. And maybe you're connecting through meditation to this immortal version of you. Your real self is the immortal self, right? The self that keeps giving 10% of its energy into this one vessel you're in. Meanwhile, the rest of you is sat quite comfortably on the other side, watching, observing, wondering when you're going to realize, yes, I am special. Yes, I am exceptional. You know what? If I'm going to be treated like shit by multiple different people who I know aren't even on my intellectual level, there's got to be a reason for that. Energy doesn't lie. So I feel like someone's coming into realization about who they really are, where they really belong. And there's this real lovely energy of you realizing the big picture on an immortal level. Like realizing the grand scheme of life is actually quite artistic and quite fun, regardless of, you know, whether or not there are people around you giving you the heebie-jeebies, right? So I feel like you're kind of escaping anyone who gives you that weird freaking feeling. Ugh. Yeah, I've had to feel into people's souls since I was a kid. Icky, right? So I feel like I'm talking to someone who you've kind of experienced something like that. We've got the Queen of Wands on top of the King of Pentacles. And I feel like this is you really... They're giving me emboldened, becoming really emboldened, emblazoned. I don't think I even said that right. But you get what I'm saying. This is you really firing up on the divinity. Turning away from anything that makes you feel like you are the misfit or you are misplaced. And it's like, yeah, do you know what? Thank you for making me feel like a misfit, because it just reconfirms my positioning. So I feel like you're going to turn your mind towards all the things you can create and towards independent wealth and independent power. All right, really knowing yourself on a really powerful, positive level without anyone around you understanding you or agreeing with you, you know, necessarily. And once you get that signal activated, once you establish that momentum of your consciousness where you know who you are and you're seeing the funny side and you know your true positioning, because you get to decide that, you get to know yourself better than anyone else does. Once that stream of consciousness is established, that's when offers start coming in. Okay, Eight of Pentacles with the Page of Cups. That's when you start connecting with different worlds, different people, right? Every human being is a world in and of themselves. And I feel like you are you're turning your canoe and heading in the right direction, okay? You're no longer trying to paddle against the stream. You're letting the stream of your own soul carry you to where you need to be. There's a lightheartedness to this and a defiance, you know, and finally giving up on maybe trying to fit in or giving a crap about, you know, whatever these energies represent, energies that make you feel misplaced or out of place, right? We've got the Lovers here. My cards have reversed themselves, so I'm not pulling reversals, but the Lovers with the Five of Pentacles. So this could be something where you were with someone and you trusted them and, you know, they kind of made you feel really misunderstood, ungrounded, okay, something like that. But it's funny, on this Five of Pentacles, there is a couple. So this almost is, to me, I mean, the Neon Moon Tarot, it's very much aligned with this soul group energy for me. So I feel like you kind of have got this sense that there is a lover out there for you, and I feel like you're picking up on that energy really clearly, psychically, because again, we've got the Six of Cups, Ace of Cups, Four of Wands. So I feel like you're being guided in the best way here, being guided by your higher self, being guided by your soul group. I say those words a lot because it means so much to me. But it's almost seems to me like this is a realignment of who you are here, okay? So we've got the Five of Wands with the Page of Cups, okay. So I said something about getting back in the arena the other day, and some asshole commented saying, Spirit would never tell you to get back in the arena. Yes, they fucking would, misguided minion. You know, people don't even understand why they're on this planet. They think they've just got to sit in a corner, you know, being a good person their whole life. Like, well, how is that being a good person for a start? You know, it really annoys me what they've done with Jesus's image and Jesus's name, and the way they've hypnotized people into thinking they even know God is funny to me. But this is definitely maybe a pack of people that are coming in to support you here. You know, a pack of like big dogs. Do you know what I'm saying? This is like wolf pack energy coming in. People who will have your back, people who are as fired up as you, people who know themselves as well as you know yourself. And we've got the Ten of Pentacles to tie in really nicely with the King of Pentacles. So this looks to me like a pack reunion, all right? Quite a few badass energies coming together here. Ace of Cups again with the Eight of Pentacles. So this is spiritual work for us all to get back in touch with our spiritual families. And, you know, normally they're not that big. A soul group might have 12 people in it or under. That's as far as I'm aware. You never know. There could be bigger packs. But I think 12 is the ultimate number. So you could have a soul group of like 5 people and your consciousnesses zone into each other's perfectly well. That means your non-physical and your physical beingness can slot together when you're together and give you this superpower energy, okay? They're giving me, this is going to crack someone up. They're giving me the Power Rangers as a kind of joke, tongue-in-cheek kind of thing. So maybe you resonate with the Power Rangers. Maybe they gave you a certain type of instinct when you were younger, right? Six of Cups with the Six of Pentacles. This is going to be a really benevolent pack, a really lovely group, okay, that are going to really boost you up. The feeling I'm getting from these two cards together, it's so good. It's better than your wildest imaginations. That feeling of acceptance, that feeling of belonging. They're giving me the Goonies, right? That feeling of all being able to be your true selves and really, it's that inner child energy, all of you loving each other, no narcissistic bullshit, no predators, none of these creeps, okay? This is real ones, okay? And there's just this beautiful unspoken understanding that I'm feeling, this camaraderie, but it's more than that. This is a homecoming. This is your souls boosting each other up and carrying each other along, but just in the most relaxed, happy, joyful way. It's so beautiful. Yes, the Knight of Cups with the Chariot. So you're going to be carrying each other all the way home. I'm getting this energy of you just lifting each other up energetically. And you know, there's something about humans, when we recognize the higher self in the other, we activate it. And some people go their whole lives and none of these evil fucks will recognize the fact that they're a beautiful cherubim, a beautiful divine being, you know, who is special. And we continue to be special way after the novelty wears off for our, you know, for the people who know us as babies. They're nice to you when you're like a baby, and then all of a sudden you're just a boring extra human. Well, no, these are people who really recognize your specialness and vice versa. And you're going to activate each other's sovereignty at such a high level. It's going to superpower your lives. And the love here, Ace of Cups twice, the love is always the superpower. And it's that love that's going to move you independently towards these people, but also it's a love that's just going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, okay? And I feel like, you know, you're really going to do some amazing spiritual work together, whether you would label it like that or not. I don't know why they're giving me tattoo shop. I don't know why they're giving me that. 10 of Wands with the 5 of Swords, okay? So it's always the way, isn't it? When you've got a group of lovely people, everyone else can feel their energy, and it attracts. Spirit's giving me maggots. You know, it's funny. My spirit guides don't fuck about, okay? And each psychic can only channel spirit at their level of consciousness. So there's something here about some bystanders, I would say. Keep an eye out for those jealous ones, because you never know when they're going to try and put a spanner in the works. They do not like it when spiritual family come together. The enemy team do not like it. They are on autopilot to try and sabotage any connection they possibly can. We've got the 6 of Cups twice. So this is a big soul group reconnection, okay? So do be very aware. Every member of your spiritual family has to be aware how sneaky these creatures are. They can steal energy from people's magnetic fields. They can reflect that energy back into people's faces. It is very hypnotic. So you've got to make sure your whole team are very aware of the tactics that these creatures are very good at employing. They are very hypnotic, and they like to compare themselves to the vampires on True Blood. They will practice. I've been around sociopaths who will practice their hypnosis on general members of the public, okay? And they're very good at it, okay? Despite their low IQs and low frequency. Humans seem to love narcissists and sociopaths. The regular, degular humans, they love being hypnotized by them. They can kind of sense that they're in the presence of something, you know, a little bit different, and it lights their life up to be around them. Reptilian energy, right? So anyway, back onto the good stuff. We've got the Ace of Cups with the Star here. So again, like I say, this is just shining brighter and brighter through love. Of course, you know, the enemy team don't like that, but I feel like this is your heads up, you know. You're going to be doing amazing things together. There could be a lot of outdoor activities. I'm seeing mountain bikes, I'm seeing forest, I'm seeing pine trees, I'm seeing laughter, I'm seeing people cooking food, tents, you know, I'm seeing a lot of cool shit here. You know, basketball courts and, you know, different meshes for different people potentially. But this is really loving life. This is really feeling like you are with the right group of people at the right time. And this 4 of Wands is a real party one. It's a real celebrational card here. So I'm getting that message again. Just hold on. Just have faith. You've got to keep relighting that flame of faith over and over again. For whoever this resonates with, you've got to find your pleasure and happiness, you know, wherever you can. And appreciation, even of the small things, appreciation of yourself as an individual badass is a powerful thing. The universe must respond to your conscious frequency here. All right, so don't get pulled down into the deluge. Don't get pulled down into the mud. You want to be flying high in your mindset, okay? And being fully faithful that no one incarnates on this planet without a soul group unless they are on the enemy team. You see, the enemy team, they only play for themselves, okay? And I know they do team up a lot of the time because they've got that hive mind, but they will eat each other up, okay? Each narcissist, they only serve themselves, even though they are technically all on the negative polarity team. There's no honor amongst thieves, and these people are energy thieves, okay? So, yeah, they'll team up to piss you off in certain situations, but generally speaking, they can't even get along with each other, whereas you've got this beautiful, really beautiful soul group coming in. This is a gorgeous message to start the day off. See, I've got ground zero here and cardinal. So this ground zero, this ties up perfectly with what I was getting from this 5 of Pentacles. You may feel completely alone, but ground zero is such a good place to start. I've had to start from absolute zero so many times, and I love it because I know where I stand. I know that I've only got myself to rely on. And I love that sense of freedom. I kind of, you know, I take the blessings when people let me down. I take the blessings because it means I'm not indebted to them. Because I guarantee anyone who's let me down, I've done far more for them than they've ever done for me. So it gives me a get out of jail free card, even with my own mother. Yeah, I'll give you a hint into the pagan ways. We are not enslaved by our family. We are free. We are sovereign. So I feel like someone needs to embrace that individuality. Don't let people make you feel like, oh, who loves you? Who's there for you? God, bitch. That's who. God, bitch. Tell them straight, okay? Because the minute you accept that you are on your own 2 feet, that you are an individual, that you are strong alone, that's when the mechanism clicks into gear, and that's when your soul group are brought to you, when you can handle that feeling of being alone, when you've escaped the codependence of the matrix. All right, then the good shit starts coming. And it really is like that, okay? Initiated. Yes, we've got to do our initiations alone, okay? Just us and God. Just us and God. He wants to know that he can trust us, not to be tempted by the wrong social people, and, you know, not to be influenced by people who are irrelevant. So I feel like you've done that. Source energy, okay? Connecting to source. And it's so good to be in your own company, to connect to source. There's nothing better. You know, that's why the hermit is so wise, because he knows he's got to clear out tertiary, irrelevant energies in order to connect with his own personal, non-physical apothecary, okay? Which, so it's a very creative card of being aware that the mind creates reality, but also there's that backstage apothecary that they want you to get initiated with. And there we go, miracle energies coming in. So your independence and your flexibility here, because we've got mutable on the bottom of the deck, your independence and your connection with source is lining up your pathway perfectly to find the right ones. You want to reject everything that does not feel good to you, and you want to not give a fuck about whether people think you've got friends. I don't care about any of that shit. Really doesn't bother me in the slightest. So I've got a non-physical army that's second to none, all right? We've got these mittens coming out, and I feel like this is more to do with cooking and looking after yourself. Normally I would get the message that it's like handle yourself with care, but I feel like I'm speaking to someone too tough for that, all right? So I feel like there's quite a cozy, a grandma energy coming out on these mittens, all right? To look after yourself. You're so worthy all by yourself. You are so worthy and so loved. And again, that barbecue energy of like cooking with your people, all right? You're on the right pathway. With any feelings of isolation, you're still on the right pathway. Yes, butterfly and the star. They want this up here because they want you to understand you are a powerhouse. You can create whatever you want. And your mind is a powerful conjurer. Okay, the salt. Okay, so this could be about cleansing. Getting rid of all those energies that, you know, aren't going to benefit you or serve you. You know, this could be like bad habits or whatever. And then we've got the angel wings. So they want you to know that all angels are strong enough. This is why we're placed in random places all over the world, because we've got to hold a signal alone, and we want to be economical. They're not going to put 10 angels in the same city so you can, you know, have company. All right, we're so immortal. We don't mind having a lifetime where for the first 20 or 30 years we're completely alone, because we're holding our positioning and we're doing what we need to do. We've got the O letter. And again, they're giving me that ground zero, okay? The clock. So it's only a matter of time before something clicks into gear with this soul group, okay? Every day that passes, you're getting closer and closer, all right? And there's this beautiful smoothness here. They want your mind smooth and happy, okay? Because it's a frequency matchup. They've got to get your frequency to match up. You know, they're saying the universe does all the hard work, but help the universe help you. You get what I'm saying? We've got the letter S here, and we've got the bike, all right? So again, forward momentum, 2 wheels, all right? So it's you working in tandem with the universe, smoothing things out, allowing them to make it very easy for you, okay? And we've got goodness. And that's the energy I was getting from your soul group. A real beautiful little gang. Beautifully, just beautifully arranged. This is a real cute soul group, okay? A real cute spiritual family. So they want you to be flexible, smooth-minded, miracle-minded, okay? And very aware of your positioning, your strong positioning, okay? So this is looking beautiful, okay? Remember, it is real. Spiritual family is real, all right? And this is looking beautiful. So I hope this reading's helped you. And if it has, leave me some comments, all that good stuff. Hit all the buttons. And I love you guys loads. Mwah.